Hello, back to our regularly scheduled broadcast. I don't know. My eyes are burning. I'm kind of stressed out right now for like stupid reason. I have somebody coming over from the water filter company uh that I subscribe to. They're gonna come and change my water filter, and it's such a quick thing. Like they're in like 5 minutes, like in and out. However, I don't know. The small social interaction. I'm not looking forward to it. Also, because I got a message from them this morning, like an hour or two ago, saying your technician's on their way. Here's like their location. You can watch them where they are and get closer to you. And I'm just like, well, that's weird because I scheduled them to come like around 2 p.m. today so that I would have like enough time to do the stream, be over with it, and then do that after. So I'm like, okay, so are they coming earlier? It's fine, I guess. Not like I'm really doing anything. But then I see them like on the map and they just keep getting further and further away from me. So the time like started like, oh yeah, they'll be here like within 15 minutes, and then it just like, never mind, it's gonna be like an hour, and then it just keeps getting longer and longer. So that's stressing me out because I don't know exactly when they're gonna be here. I should just trust the process, and I scheduled for between 2 and 3 p.m. That's when they'll get here. Okay. I just noticed this. Oh right, I did this list called Nostalgia Comeback. Because something I've noticed lately, like the past few days, maybe longer, but I was really started paying attention more these past few days, is how I'm seeing a lot of reboots of a lot of things that I liked watching growing up. So I started writing them down because I felt like, is it just me? Like, am I feel like I'm going crazy? Like, why are we all of a sudden rebooting things from like, what is it? The 2000s, I think. And so I made this list. One because okay, so Hannah Montana reunion. I don't exactly know what that is going down, what that entails, but I just saw something on my a recommended page on my YouTube, and I didn't watch it. I just saved it for my what is it, watch later, which now is like so many videos and to watch later that it's just a doom pile that I most likely won't get to. If you're lucky, I'll get to it, but if not, I won't ever watch it. I don't know why I do that. Scary movie, one I'm really looking forward to. There was another one that I think came and went. It was a scary movie. I think it was something about zombies, but that was supposed to come up in December, and then I didn't hear anything after. I'll have to check that out, see what that was. Maybe I'm misremembering something. So I made a list. La Oficina, which is something I got into recently. I watched another episode today, which I'm not exactly sure when the first Office came out. I mean, the original Office, I think, was probably, I'm thinking late 90s, 2000s. And then Scrubs. Again, I wrote these down also because I wanted to look up when they were first created to see if it is like a resurgence of the early 2000s or if it's just me or and the things that I grew up with. And also the things that I grew up with aren't even necessarily things that were created in the 2000s. They could have been later because I just don't really watch anything that's mainstream. So I always end up watching things years after. Hearing something don't want to hear. Okay. Cartoons, which I'm not exactly sure what it is quite yet. I think it it reminds me of like old Cartoon Network looking Nickelodeon, no, Cartoon Network, more like animations, like just really crazy deranged things that's more like adult cartoons than for kids. But the stuff I'm seeing, it's like by Warner Bros. So I don't know how that is working out. Malcolm in the Middle was something I just found out yesterday they were rebooting. Crystal Lake also, I just found out maybe 2, 3 days ago. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've been hearing that they're gonna reboot that from a YouTuber, Trixie Mattel, has been talking about it, but I haven't really like looked into it because I wasn't really into Buffy the Vampire Slayer after like the first couple of seasons. Then it got too complicated, and then I don't know, I grew out of it and I didn't watch the rest of the seasons. But I don't know, I'd be interested. Practical Magic, I loved the movie, the original, so I'm a little scared to see them. I mean, because it was perfect. I don't know how they'll make a second. The Devil Wears Prada, same. Perfect the first time. They might ruin it the second. And then the comeback is something, again, Trixie Mattel, my favorite drag queen, well, one of my favorite drag queens, has been talking about a lot. So I thought I would look into it. So then as soon as I started, really only like the past month, I got into the first season of the comeback. And then I find out that they're bringing it back for a third season. So that's really good timing because I haven't even gone through the second season, so I still have time, and then I can get into the newest. And that's just, I'm pretty sure the tip, because I've heard of other things like Baywatch and other stuff that I don't think I'll ever get into, but these are just like the ones that I'm interested or the genres that I like. I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, I think I wrote them down too because I wanted to see if I can maybe, well, I need to figure it out because haven't really figured out my content style niche or whatever. I would just post whatever I have footage of, mainly whatever I'm interested in, because otherwise, if I'm not really interested in whatever it is I'm talking about, I'm not gonna want to like keep up with it. So I'm like switching back and forth and I'm not really niching down right now. I don't think I ever will. I don't really like the concept of it because to like stick to one thing sounds like torture to me. But hold on, where's my okay? That wasn't really what I wanted to do. I wanted to do my to-do list for today. It's like late. It's already noon. And I haven't written down anything. And let me see if I haven't done anything today. I cleaned my kitchen because the water filter deck is gonna come by and I want to have that clean. The live stream started 30 minutes late, so I'm gonna put shot back if I still want to do that for an hour. I did stretching, Tai Chi, and I even attempted to do some light exercise, which is like crunches and longer planking and not squats. I don't know what you call them, like when you're like laying down and like you lift your butt up, work out the glutes, and everything was so hard. And I'm like shaking. And I wanted to start doing this because I want to say out of nowhere, yesterday I told my psychiatrist that I wanted to get into doing Pilates, but it wasn't out of nowhere. I've been thinking about it. It's been in the back of my head. However, I feel like it's just like a trend that is going around right now, and I'm not gonna stick with it afterwards. Like, I don't think it's something that I'm generally gonna like. I think it's just like the hype right now is kind of like selling me on it. And I did find a place that's like really close by to me that I can walk to easily in like under 5 minutes. So I might try a class or two just to see. However, even starting slow and beginning classes or whatever, I know with where my body is right now physically, everything's gonna be hard. Like I said, just doing a couple of seconds, really, of crunches was hard for me. So I don't want to go today or tomorrow the way I am physically because it's going to wreck me and I'm not going to be able to feel my body the next day. And then I will definitely not want to continue doing it. I will be it's like unmotivated to continue. Feel like it's not for me. It was too hard. And like I said, anything for me right now is going to be too hard. So before I even attempt to do that, I want to start doing some like basic exercise at home for free. Uh, excuse me. And also, I guess I have the time for it, and I keep thinking, why don't I just take an hour out of my day to exercise? I have the time to do that now and like the energy to do that, so I should be doing that. And I keep thinking, well, there's just no time in my schedule. Everything's booked up, but there's things we can shift around, okay? Before I continue yapping, because it's already been like 12 minutes, I do want to get into doing some painting today, even if it is just for an hour. So I just haven't decided if I want to do it on this or the oil painting, because the oil painting requires more setup and set down, set off. And I don't know when this water filter tech is coming. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to continue any more days without working on the oil painting though, because at least this one I did work on it a lot, not yesterday, the day before. But I'm so close to being done with this one too. Oh my God. Decisions, decisions. And so I just need to get up and start doing one of them. And I guess I'd rather do that, even if I don't know which one's the right option for right now, than waste any more time to like try and plan my day out. I'd rather be doing something, even if it's not the right thing at the time. So let me stand up and start doing that. And yes, I still have my blister on my right foot. However, it's not painful unless I like really like push down on it. So we're not going to be doing that, like walking and just standing. Normally, it doesn't hurt, so I can't use that as an excuse to not start as a song. Let me drink some juice. I really, really hate my hair right now. This is what I was trying to do yesterday, but I just don't think I have the face shape for it. And I also just don't really like having hair in my face. Uh, that's even worse. Yeah, I think it's just in certain angles it looks very weird. And I could fix it if I got my hot iron out of storage or my closet basically, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to fry my hair. I've been going strong without using it for over a year now, so and I really haven't felt like the need to use it, so I think I'm fine like living without it. Ooh, I just noticed something on my oil painting table setup that I'm kind of embarrassed because I didn't clean up yesterday. Yesterday I mentioned, let me switch over my camera or get the tripod out first because it shakes so much when I'm on. But okay, whatever. Sorry, I forgot to wipe my lens. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna start with the oil painting. However, then I noticed that I still have my hair clippings from yesterday from trimming my, I don't know, I guess you would call these bangs because this was all like down to here. And it looks weird now, but it looked weirder if it was like down to here. And I wanted something face face framing. So I did that quickly before I went to my psychiatrist appointment. And why haven't I cleaned it up? Because I have this weird obsession with hair. I don't think it's enough to save though, and also because they're clippings, they look like pubes. I shouldn't save them. Okay. And I don't want to get into what I mean by this. Oh yeah, and this is also I'm not getting the angle. This is also the razor that I don't like using to shave my face or my eyebrows or whatever because it has no ridges, so it's really easy to cut myself with it. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Unfortunately, I have like a huge box of these. I'm gonna put this over here for now because I only have one hand. I can't close it or put it away right now. Oh yeah, and I'm distracted from the fact of like cleaning this up. I am gonna throw this away. But you know what? I'm gonna put this as a boundary right now for myself. Well, actually, you know what? I really do not care. I just can't get into it right now. I do save a lot of my hair, but not little trimmings like this, because that's not the reason I'm saving it. I'm saving a lot of my hair, my long strands, because I have this delusional idea of doing something with it, some kind of art project, or this is not the tripod I'm going to use, but I'm going to put you here for now so I can go get the other one. And I'll face you towards my mirror, so hopefully you get me in a frame at some point. Okay. So yeah, I save a lot of my hair, the long strands, because I think I'm going to make a wig is the most illusional. And if I don't ever get to that point where I've saved enough for that, then I'll make another kind of art projects. Because a while back, I saw something about where Victorian era people used to make like frames out of hair or as like art pieces. I didn't really like look into like why, but I just thought it was really cool. I think hair in general is really cool. I've never been grossed out about it, at least not my hair. I think it's weird that other people are grossed out about hair, especially if it's their own hair. I mean, I get it if you think someone's dirty, and I guess technically hair is dead. Like that's what it is. Like it's a living when it's inside your head, but once it's out and grown, it's dead. It's a dead thing. So that's kind of a weird concept. I'm not see, I can get into hair for such a long time that I don't want to get into it right now. That's why I didn't want to get into it. But basically, ugh. And the only like I said, I am not well, I want to say I'm not embarrassed about it, but I probably am because I'm kind of like struggling to explain this. And because I've like kind of been bullied about it in the past. Not that I've done this in the past, it's something I only started with living by myself and I can do weird shit. This box is filled with like today's like loose, there's not that much because I put my hair up, but there's just like loose strands of hair that I pick up. Well, I don't pick up from the ground. If there's hair on the ground, I throw that away because then I consider it dirty. But if it's like I'm like not pulling, but brushing my hair, or if I'm just like this is for me brushing because I don't actually have a brush. I have a comb or I use my fingers. Then and hair comes out, then I put it in. Or if I'm in the shower and I've already like cleaned my hair and strands are still coming out, then I put those on the wall and then I go in and save them. But then something new I've been doing is putting them like the day's worth of hair strands that's fallen off in little plastic baggies and marking the date that it is. And so I have tons of like different little plastic baggies to organize them because when I started seeing this new dermatologist, let me not stand around. I and actually do something, but hold on. I'm gonna still a couple of strands here I want to throw away. So when I started seeing this new dermatologist, she gave me a couple of different recommendations for different, you know, lotions and potions and whatnot to put in my hair for, because I told her I feel like I'm having a lot of thinning up top, and she says it's normal and it's like seasonal, but it could also be hormonal. But at the same time, she's like, no, that's just like what's your current, but that's not going to be like forever. And I can definitely like help thicken it out if that's what you want. So I don't know. I didn't sound, she sounded reassured. I wasn't assured. And I'm very critical of all medical professionals. I don't trust any of them. I take them at face value. And once I start seeing results is when I start trusting you more. So like it's so for anybody, but especially medical professionals, none of them earn none of them have my trust up front. They have to earn it. So I'm very critical of them, and a lot of them don't like me up front because like I said, I'm cr- not critical, cynical first time I meet any doctor. And that's not to say I'm rude, okay? Well, I don't know. Ask my mom, she might say that, but she comes from a different age where we all have to smile, and I don't do that anymore. Well, I try not to, at least. Anyways, started doing this Ziploc baggie this like a month ago. Well, like I said, when I started seeing the dermatologist, it was like it's been a little bit over a month now, so that I can track how many strands of hair I'm losing. And though I haven't counted any, and like I just like bundle them up and like throw them in the bag, I think like if I really do want to like track how many strands that I'm losing, I have that reference I can go back to and I can kind of get a general idea. Yes, there is still more hair that's falling that I'm not picking up because I'm just not noticing, I'm not catching. Of course, some hair is going to fall all day, all the time. And I still, like I said, I still, when I sweep with every other day, there's still hair that I'm finding on the floor. So it's not that accurate, but like I said, I get like a general idea to see if when I go and see her again, I think in like at the end of this month, so maybe like 2 weeks from now, I'll go and kind of see the bags and see if her treatment plan has been working. I know it definitely has been working for my skin. It's been definitely clearing up and healing some scarring, but the hair I'm still not too sure about. And I go back and forth. I told her to like I could just shave it all off and just wear wigs. And I was like, that was a real serious idea I was considering until I bought some lace front wigs, and I thought they were like nice because they're expensive for me. They were, I think, the cheapest was like $50, and the other one's like 80 or something like that. And they're so hard to put on for me, at least. I still can't figure it out, and that's actually one of the things on my to-do list to figure out how to do that. Apply a lace front wig where it looks good. And even other wigs, I have like cheap synthetic wigs that I like to wear, but they don't look natural. They don't look good. I mean, maybe in photos like they're fine, but like to wear out now like on a daily basis, no. And if I do wear one on like a daily basis, which I haven't really done, like well, I've done like a day outing. If it's like I think I've only done it for like Halloween or one time, like years ago for work, when I think it was like April Fool's Day, just to like feel like, oh, I cut my hair. I didn't really. And both times, well, I think April Fool's was like during April, and like Halloween is October, which are not generally considered. What am I doing? Can't pay attention to both things. So those times aren't generally considered to be hot weather. They're more like they're springtime or winter or fall, like they're not summer. So I'm saying. And I still was like burning up and sweaty. And I thought if I had no hair, it would help with that, because at least I don't have like hair on top of hair. But then talking to some people who do wear like wigs regularly, they tell me, no, girl, it does not matter if you're bald, it's still going to like, if you have a wig on, even if it's natural and good quality, you're going to be hot. So now I'm going back on that idea to go completely bald because, well, a lot of different reasons. I don't, for one, I don't have the face shape. I'm not going to look good with it. And second, even though I don't like having hair in my face ever, I guess I have the face shape that I kind of like it would look better if I figured out how to frame it with something, some hair. If I learned how to do my hair, it would look better. But you see, then I go back on that. Then I'm not the kind of person that will put in that kind of effort, especially every day to, you know, do my hair and maintain it. I want something easy. And so then, okay, let's maybe cut the difference 50-50 and say cut it short. And I have cut it like shoulder length, but then I come up with the problem again. I don't have that kind of texture hair. I don't have like a good, easy texture hair. It's always been like it's always done whatever the fuck it wants. Sometimes it's curlier than other days, sometimes it's wavy, sometimes it's just frizz all over. I haven't figured out my hair, basically. I've been neglecting it. It just it's because it takes a lot of time and effort and money to, figure it out. Well, my type of hair, at least. I think. I don't know. And then I believe my mom has the same texture of hair, but and maybe my sisters too, but they hardly ever they are the people who will straighten it and blow dry it every day. I've never figured out blow drying. Don't know how to do it till this day. I don't think I ever will at this point. Okay. Why do I have Pinterest open? And Procreate. That's gonna drain battery. Okay, I want to get into her hair. Yes, I'm not done with the rest of it. I know that. But I want to put in and move on and start doing stuff with her hair, and I'll go back in with the rest of it. I feel like I rolled my ankle, my left ankle somehow. Or it could just be. Okay, hold on. Let's do the middle part first because that's lighter, and then I'm gonna have to go on top with. It's easier, yeah, to go darker than lighter on top. So let's do the light first. Oh, it kind of seems grayish. I think that's the lightest gray here. We'll make sure it's as bright as I can get it. Let me drink some water too, because it's gonna go off in like 3 minutes. So I know I don't need to, but I do want to address because I forgot in the beginning. This looks dirty and stained for some reason, like here. I don't know what that is. I'm pretty sure that my memory is bad. This was clean when I first put it on because I haven't put this on since I washed it a few days ago. Unless it didn't clean. And this is, I don't know what that is, but this I feel like could be like ketchup from this morning's breakfast. And the rest is just like lint. I just wanted to say that this is clean, okay? The pans probably aren't. I can't remember if I put them in this last time's wash. Okay. Anyways, we're going for gray. Do I have a gray? No, green. Had a gray in there. It looks like I used it up already. Gotta get a different container for this. It gets so messy. Leave it out just in case. I think there is a block there I might have to use later. Right here. Is that what? But it's bluish gray, and I need like a brownish gray. Don't. I don't know. Should I just go for it? I have a brown here too. Is that old or new? Looks old. Feels old. I'll just go for new colors. I don't need that much. Okay, fine. I should clean this oil out though. It's real dirty. That's fine. That's fine. Because I'm just gonna. This is basically all gonna be really dark black. Well, I mean, really dark gray. Almost black. And what should I use for brushes? I can't see them when they're all together for some reason. I go blank. Why? So I just separate them. It's gonna be too big. This one's been my favorite lately. Let me check. My hands are dirty. Kind of. It's fine. These ones are blending. I've also been wanting to try blending with a beauty brush. I see people doing that. Like a blush, big old fluffy blush brush. Blush brush. No, I don't even know what I would even use this for. I think I'm, what is it? Stalling? Yeah, I'm stalling. Yeah, it really doesn't matter, but just fine. I use my favorite then. I'm trying to be good and clean her after each use. Like properly clean her, take her out of the solution and then clean her with dish soap. And I don't know if this is the correct, I don't know, oof, just feeling hard. I don't think I've been doing a great job. I also haven't looked up how to clean my solution water. Oh, as I was saying, I don't know if this is the correct way to do it, the washing, but then afterwards, because I've already mistreated them so much, I'm trying to be extra better with maintaining them. So after I clean them with dish soap and they have no paint on them to retain their shape, I do this, and but I also put like a little bit of Vaseline on to keep them help them maintain their shape because that's been a struggle. Okay, we're taking all of this gray out. I probably won't need all of it, but probably it's gonna dry out soon, so I might as well try and use as much as I can now. Are you still working? Okay, but now to get it warmer tones, I need a brown, I think. Oops, sorry. I was just well, yeah, kind of watching, listening mainly to this podcast. I think it's called Quit Playing. And the girls are talking about, oh, this paint's all dry. They were talking about not apologizing. And I've been thinking about that, and I don't think oh, there was gray here. But is that dry? Yeah, that okay, that was why I didn't get it. Okay, never mind. I don't have brown here. So I don't think I really apologize that much to people. Actually, I feel like I struggle apologizing to people for things that I especially should be apologizing for, mistakes of mine. Not that I can't admit that I'm wrong, I just think, well, maybe it is that I just have a lot of pride inside of me. But to like inanimate objects, plants, or animals, I can't stop apologizing. But I used to have this friend who would apologize for like literally everything to everybody if she like accidentally like bumped into somebody. And I mean, she was like a foreigner or American, like living here. So I guess maybe you can feel like you need to be more apologetic when you're a foreigner in whatever country you're in. But I, don't- I it always bothered me, but because I know I apologize a lot again to like mainly inanimate objects, I never really said anything. I was like, you can't stop somebody from doing that. And I feel like that makes people feel worse if you tell them to quit apologizing, then I feel like it's just gonna give them an insecurity. I feel like if they wanted to stop, or if it was like affecting their life, like they'll stop apologizing. We don't need to like tell them. They know if it's a problem. It could not be a problem. Okay. I mean, I agree with the idea in general overall. As I said, I don't really apologize for anything, but I mean, to follow up, they also like mention things like instead of apologizing, I think it's better to just say like, well, thank you for whatever your patience or whatever the situation calls for, from helping me learn or whatever, so on and so forth. I take it back. I think maybe I do apologize a lot, and maybe I just don't notice it. Okay, can I touch this? It's been a few days, so it shouldn't be wet, but again, I've been using so much oil that it still feels sticky. I don't think it's wet, like there's no paint coming off, but if I rest my hand on it and put enough pressure, I'm sure it probably would do something. I don't know what it'll do, but it'll do some. Is that the right color? Oh, I moved it. Mm, not too sure. About that. That looks more brown. Closer here. Yeah, looks better. I'm scared with the hairline. I don't know exactly how to blend it in to make it look natural. I don't even know what I'm doing now. I think I'm being lazy and like drawing a line, which I know that's not what it is. Because I could be wrong, but I think what I've been doing is just taking more time to finish this. Because I keep saying, well, because I find it hard to just like start. So then I just say, well, okay, just put down a layer of paint, don't think too much about it. And so that's what I've been doing because that feels easier for me. Like keep saying like, oh, it's fine. It's the first layer of paint. I can readjust later. However, if I want to get faster at painting, I need to be more deliberate or intentional about what colors I'm putting where, how I'm directioning the paint strokes, what's the best way to put this stroke down to make it look the best. And I know I'm not shooting for realism, like hyper realism whatsoever, but I do want to get it close to the image as I can of whatever reference I'm using. But it really is, that's lighter. Okay. It really is all just a learning process, so I can't be too hard on myself. I'm sure the more comfortable I get with putting paint down and being intentional. No, I feel like the more comfortable I get doing it, then the more intentional I'll be, I think is what I more like what I wanted to say. Also, I've been listening back to my live streams that I do the day before, the day after. I think has also helped me a lot to try and figure out my thought process and what it is that I'm trying to express and kind of like diagnose where I lose my train of thoughts or how or why I'm trying to say certain things or how like the words that I'm trying to say I find later on, well, like I said, the day before or when I'm listening back. Oh, that's way too white. Let me see. Is it though? Just blend it in. No, I think now it's kind of grayish with a tint of green. No, sounds wrong. So everything else is brown tinted. No, but I think it is. Well, hey, I have green. Now I need to change a tiny bit. So I think, okay, the best way I can try to like explain myself, I think, is by, I think this might be an ADHD thing too. If I compare it to other things. So when I'm saying I can find, okay, when I'm saying while listening to my live streams from the previous day, then I'm actually finding out what it is that I wanted to say and the words that I want to say. Like I'm remembering in real time. I think it's the same situation where, like you're in a fight or some kind of argument, and then you find the right topics or, the right words or, the better things you wanted to say during that argument later on, not during the moment. I totally think I butchered whatever it was that I wanted to say again. But tomorrow, when no one but me is listening, I'll figure it out. And I'll be like, oh, damn, I should have said that. I'm like, ooh, that sounded so witty. It would have sounded so smart if you said it like this instead. Like you were almost there. Ugh, now I'm thinking about it. I hate that feeling. It's like an itch. Like, like yeah, you were almost there. You almost had it. Like you could have won. Won what? Like you could have won the race, but that's kind of what it feels like. This does not. Okay, okay, okay. Hold on. I have to step back. Step back because I have this feeling every time I'm painting where like I'm so focused on like this tiny area, it looks like shit. Like this is abstract. It's not translating to the picture at all. But then like if I step back, give it a minute, refresh my eyes, sometimes it might take a few days. I'd be like, okay, no, no, no. I get it. I get what I was trying to do, where I was going for. And also adding different colors, like the rest of the colors for the rest of the canvas, totally helps translate to whatever else I was doing. Because when I first did her skin color, the base, I didn't finish in time to do her eyes, like any of this darker colors. And so to me, it looks awful. And like I'm not getting the colors in the right areas, or I'm getting wrong colors, like a different wrong shades, too light or too yellowish, I think is what I remember. And then the next day I painted in her eyes and the same. I'm just like, these are all the wrong colors. These are too dark. I made them too muddy. They're in the wrong place. Like I'm just getting in my head. So then I had to like stop what I'm doing, take a step back, and I haven't touched this in days, at least 3 days. And within that time, each day I'm kind of like, oh, okay. No, no. I mean, I still also, it helps if I don't compare it with a reference photo, like, right next to it, because if I do the reference photo right next to it, I'm like, "Yeah, it looks nothing like the reference photo, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making up my own thing." And like I said, I really wanted to stick to the reference photo as closely as I could. I know, again, it's not gonna be exact same also because I omitted her hand, because I don't if you remember, well, no one's watching this, but if you remember me, Joss, her hand, because this is an AI image, it doesn't look right to me. I could be wrong because, again, I'm a beginner, but it just looks like a claw, or just like the fingers aren't just in the right area. And I've always sucked at drawing hands, and I thought I might be able to fix it if I got into and tried, but and if I did, like, I could just take a reference photo and like clip it in and then focus on that when I'm painting that and like add it on. But I kind of don't think she needs a hand there. I think it looks better without in general, even if the hand did look right. My opinion. I could just be making excuses so I don't have to draw the hand because that makes my life 10 times easier. Okay, let me get back into this. This also feels like it's way longer than it should have been, but I don't think so, because this is, I think, pretty accurate lengthwise. And her hair here, yeah, it goes all the way up to here and out. Seems in person way longer than from the photo, so. Oh, why did I do that? I'm gonna dip it in the oil instead. Okay. What other colors? It's a brownish gray. And I got distracted. I don't even know what I was talking about like 2 minutes ago. Oh, I put way too much oil now. It's like not the true color. It's like opaque, like a watercolor looking. I'm now being much looser with this just because I want to put paint down to go back on that. Okay, so yeah, it's something I'm gonna work on with time, hopefully. And it's not just like a bad practice that I'm going to instill in my membrane. Because if I got the colors right on the first time, I got the strokes right on the first time, I got enough paint on the first time, then I wouldn't have to go back in. You know, this wouldn't be like first layer. No, it would be one time in and out. Which I like the concept of very efficient, but I'm honest with myself, that could never be the case with me. I've never been that kind of person. Well, I don't know. I don't, see, I go back. On certain things, I could definitely be that kind of person. If I know exactly what I'm doing, then yeah, like I said, easy. Okay, let me step back again. Again, this is going to look better once I get all the other colors in. Hopefully, maybe. Let me look at it on my desktop, maybe. If I squint my eyes. Mm. 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 Let's see. It's almost an hour and 53 minutes. Ew, my coaster's looking gross. I'm gonna need to clean it. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, I just heard my. Oh god. Oh, there's a lot of cracking there. Heard all of this crack and then this shoulder. That was good. Even though it's weird because I like cracked my spine earlier this morning when I was stretching too. So I thought that was gonna be it for the day. Okay. Now it's easy to think the rest of her hair is just like all black. So I have to be very meticulous about noticing those lighter grays, which are the highlights. But no, then if those are highlights, those are last. Hmm. Yeah, because I don't think I got a mid-tone here. So, because it is pretty dark all around. I'm just gonna continue doing whatever colors that I have here so far, which are dark grays, browns. Could be my water calendar, which means I'm getting a habit down. It's purplish gray. Excuse me. I went to turn on my light. I turned them off because I was first shooting with my desktop camera and I didn't uh wanted to watch why wash out my background and then turn my skin and everything else. Wait, hold on. But I feel like I can't see now. I feel like everything's in shadow. Which is why I don't think, even if I did buy like some kind of light to put here to, you know, paint in the evenings, I don't think I would be able to. I never liked it during those art classes I was taking. Like I said, they would put them on even during daylight, and I created like I believed whatever direction you put it, it still created like some kind of like what you would call it, like a harsh shadow in one area or another. I need something darker here. It's not creating the color I want. But I might. Nope, that's darker. Okay. And that's green. Great. So I didn't make any of these colors. Wait, maybe this one? Um, hmm, I don't think so. Now I need more brown. Okay. I can't keep using this wrong color forever. Yeah, gotta go darker. Where is this? Oh fuck, why did I do that? So like I do shit like this, which is the wrong color. Ugh, I'm gonna have to readjust that. And I think about how when I was talking to my psychiatrist yesterday, was talking because she knows my whole situation about being unemployed and this kind of experiment I'm doing with my sabbatical. Say sabbatical to sound fancy, but it's really just unemployment and trying to be a delusional artist. And so I tell her, okay, so the first month of me unemployed was kind of like resting, but deregulating or regulating my nervous system, kind of, resetting my system is what I thought of it as. And wait, is there fresh paint there? I think so. Let's put this here. And so then the second month was me really like, what is it? It's not the term. I want to say buckling down, but that's not it. Settling down? No, like what getting, down to business and making as much creative shit as I can. And I ended up kind of sticking with painting the majority of it, but I've done a couple of other things. I mean, the majority other one, because it involves a lot of, with everything else, is content making, whatever you call it, editing videos and whatever else that consists of. So, anyways, I'm gonna need black. Yeah, because that's not gonna be dark enough. I I I think I still have 2 more weeks in this month, which is the one where I'm really gonna like bunker down. I think that's what I wanted to say earlier. Yeah, bunker down and complete all the paintings that I've worked on last month or started this month and finish them. I want to finish them. Okay. So then next month I can start on finally figuring out how to monetize on one of my skills, my creative skills, at least one of them. Because I don't the very delusional part, I mean, this whole is delusional, but the most delusional part is that I'm going to be painting or making creative shit, art, and posting it online. Someone's gonna see it, or even better, a shitload of people are gonna see it. They're gonna realize my greatness, what a genius I am, and they're gonna wanna support me, okay? However, how are they gonna do that? I don't really advertise myself, so I'm really not reaching anybody. I don't ask for money from anyone except maybe my mom. And yeah, I have not done that yet. I'm not, I told her, I'm not that desperate yet. I'm sure I'm so prideful until like it's actually unnecessary, or I mean like it comes down to it. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I get down to my knees. I'll do what I gotta do to get what I want. So I think that was the problem, that because I've still have like a good portion of my savings, I wasn't too stressed out about it. However, especially now with like my fridge breaking down last week, and even though my landlord says I can like take some of that off from my rent, I can only do that like they said, like they want to split into like 3 payments so that for the next 3 months. Anyways, the point is that I still paid for that directly out of my bank account, so that I'm seeing that it's reflecting off my bank account. And so I'm a little bit lower than I planned. And not even just from that. I am not good with my money in general. I've spent on other things. And also, I did not do the correct calculations of how much my living expenses actually are. Like, I thought I can survive off of less food. I normally spend around, um, trying to convert and thinking. And I might be getting it wrong too, because I haven't looked at it in a bit. I should. I thought I can survive. Okay, I think it's $200 if I'm converting right in dollars of food a month. I can survive off of that. Because I think I used to. I don't know how, but like I said, I could be wrong and misremembering things. When I lived with roommates, I feel like that's the amount I was spending. And I don't know why it changed now that I'm living by myself. Could be that I'm just ordering more like junk food as well. Anyway, so I think the more realistic of what I'm spending is like $400 a month or 500 a month on food, groceries. Okay, that's with groceries and like whatever junk food I order, which I've been honestly, I've been trying not to, okay? But sometimes I just get these cravings, okay? And I don't even know myself anymore, okay? I don't know that person. Like, and because I don't know that person, like, I can't be hard on her, okay? Like, that's a different person. That's not me, okay? And you have to take that up with them. I know. I know how delusional I sound, okay? You don't gotta tell me. Like anyone's telling me anything. When I've been so I have been so like alone. I feel like I haven't even talked to my mom in a few days. Like it was just been like 3 days that I felt like she was like constantly like texting me, trying to talk to me on the phone, and I'm just like, ugh, mom, I'm busy. Like, I got my life to live. I got so much going on. I don't, but I guess I'm just enjoying my own personal time with myself because I love myself so much and my own alone time. I can literally do it all the time. Anyways, I haven't been like really like talking that much to real people a lot lately in general, because I don't have work and I don't need to if I don't want to. And I haven't been wanting to. Like I said, if I really wanted to, it's not hard. I'll just go outside, but that's the problem with me. It's that I really just don't think I need to, but I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like if I do want to get like anywhere with this career or life plans, I can't do it by myself. I need to go outside and network. And I hate that because it's just like the same as, it feels the same as like selling yourself, not like selling out, but advertising yourself. And I can't do that. I'm like a weird little fuck. Like, and I'm not even like the cool kind where it's like, oh, she's quirky and like interesting. I'm like annoying and rude and self-centered. And even though my like I feel I'm, what is it, egocentric or an egomaniac, but the majority of the time, I know say I love myself, but really the majority of the time, I think if I think, well, I think everybody's thinking about me 24/7. Like they don't have a life. Their life is just thinking about me the entire time. However, instead of thinking, oh, I'm the greatest, I'm best, they probably like, they love me. It's the complete opposite. It's like they hate me. They think I suck. I'm talentless. I'm worthless. They don't want me around. Like that's what goes in my head. And even if it is really negative, that's still very egocentric to be believing that people are thinking about me all the time. Like, what? Like, how delusional and egocentric are you to believe that other people don't have like their own life and their own worries and, their own troubles and tribulations and struggles and whatnot? Like, get over yourself. You're not the center of the universe. And that's something I'm trying to learn and work on myself. And at first it sounded like really depressing, like, okay, so no one, well, okay, the saying, like if I, okay, this saying is sounds depressing. No one's thinking about you. And honestly, that's true. And it sounds depressing, but then if I turn it on its head, if I really think about this, I'm like, no one's thinking about you. And that's honestly kind of great. Like that's a privilege? No. Bonus? I don't know. Like that's a good thing that no one's thinking about you. Because like it takes like the pressure off of you, like you don't have to, well, for me, I don't have to feel like everybody is constantly thinking negative thoughts about me because they're not even thinking about me at all. I don't matter in them, in their headspace, in their life. I mean, for the majority of the time, unless like maybe I'm right in front of them, and even then, I like I said, they could have something else on their mind, and I can think negatively about that or badly about that because I'm most likely doing the exact same thing. I'm thinking about myself, because I'm not even thinking about what they're feeling. I'm thinking about what they're thinking about me. So instead of doing that, I should be like, oh, what's going on with them? What's up with their life? Like, I want to know what they're interested in. Like I want to be interested in other people besides myself at times. Okay. Little by little, I'm still very obsessed with myself, even if sometimes it is just to bash on myself and be negative and call me names. I don't know where I was going with this. And honestly, I think I need to step back because I think I got too distracted and I'm not really paying attention to the right colors. I'm blaming this on you now. Okay, it's not me. You're distracting me. Okay, because all these colors could have been right from the first start if I wasn't distracted talking to you right now. Oh shit. Oh my god, I almost dropped that. Oh my god. Okay, okay. I need to drink some water. Oh yeah, it's been like over an hour. So let me switch this over. Make you higher for a sec. I'm still kind of you. Oh, fuck, I have paint on my hands. I didn't check before. Hold on. What's kind of dry already, so hopefully it didn't rub off on anything else. Ugh, why did I just wipe my hand with my other hand? Okay. These pants are dirty and old, and I don't ever wear them outside because, like, I love them so much. Like, they're so comfortable. I've had them for, like, I think 2 or 3 years now from Lululemon, Lululemon, Lulu whatever. I always just like the shape of them compared to other sweatpants because my body shape is so weird, and these ones just kind of just like, I don't know, they gave me a little bit more shape compared to others. I say that, and now I'm looking at myself and I look like a Madeline. Whatever. What I'm getting at is the quality I thought was good because I mean, I guess they did last pretty long, but now like this waistband is like falling apart. But things did used to last a lot longer. Okay. I have Old Navy leggings from like 10 years ago that are still good. I doubt they still will be if I go and shop from them today, but I haven't. So I can't really speak to that. I have air bubble. And then I just shove it down with sugar water. My shirt does look really dirty. Whatever. I already said it wasn't, okay? What was I saying? Oh, it's outside. It looks like a huge bus. I'm literally like a squirrel, which is an actual thing. The trees outside my apartment often have squirrels, and they're like sometimes I get really distracted from them because they're so cute. There's like this really pretty black one. There's probably a couple of them, and then like they chase themselves around, and I just always think about them because it's just like, what are they like? They always look like they're in a rush. Like, what do you gotta do? You know, like you're a squirrel. Like, what are they doing? You know, like where you gotta be? Like, what appointments you gotta make? I do get okay, getting too distracted. How to end this? How to end this to make it cohesive? I don't know. I think what I wanted to do is I want to take a short break, maybe find some kind of podcast I can listen to so I can shut up and stop listening to myself. No, wait, for a short break so that I can rest my eyes and not look at that first, get a new perspective. I also have my oatmeal I here that I didn't eat. I've been having to try, been forcing myself to eat oatmeal and I really want to, like, it's good, but it's just like, ugh. Then I already had like, I didn't finish it, but it's like 3 eggs with like chilikili chips, and I ate most of that. So that was pretty hearty breakfast. But I also want to have like fiber because I struggle with eating fiber, as you can tell. How often can I reheat this and it still be like okay to eat? Okay, anyways, I need to shut this off because I can just keep rambling on and getting distracted. Okay, so hopefully this is recording because then OBS also like did an update yesterday or today this morning. Forget. Okay. Well, anyways, my water filter guy should be getting here pretty soon, so I gotta check on that too. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you.